So what is your relationship like with God, if there is one, and all that sort of stuff?
You know, the Bible, Jesus said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." It's not you shall believe in something, or you shall believe what a speaker says on a stage, and then you will force yourself to believe that because you have fear of going to hell, and then that will set you free. No, you shall know the truth. So about building a relationship, I mean, only a fool would deny the existence of a creator. And I just happen to align very deeply with Jesus as God, without going into the entire trifecta of how Muslims think about Jesus.
I was gonna say, because
we can go back and forth on this. It'll be an eternal conversation.
Yeah, we can have an argument on the podcast.
But I look at Jesus as the most important figure in human history. I align with his values. I align with his principles. I've yet to hear somebody say something poorly about Jesus, about how he conducted himself, about how he thought about women, about how he thought about society. He was an anarchist against the priests in the temple, and he was an anarchist against the status quo. And he preached love and acceptance and love for God and love for the Father. So I resonate deeply with him. And I've chosen to believe in his worldview, and it's played out extremely well. We can definitely have conversations in the future or off the podcast as to what it looks like at a divine level, whether he's God or whether he's a prophet, and that's one of the differentiations between Christianity and Islam.
Yeah.
But that would be a really long conversation.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That wouldn't be for CEO Cast. Tune in for Godcast coming soon.
Yeah. No, but you know what? I'm not going to question you about it on this podcast. We may speak about it off camera, because I know after you've said that, people are going to say, why didn't I say this back and forth to Luke? But I respect people. But what I will say is you will never catch a Muslim saying a bad thing about Jesus, of course, as you may know as well.
And the thing is, I also think people have a terrible perspective in the West about Muslims, because it's been propagandized as a bad thing. But here's the thing, a true Muslim...
Will you tell me, how is it portrayed in the West?
I mean, terrorists, basically people that, are out here trying to take over the world and things of this nature. And it's just not the case. But I can tell you one thing for a matter of fact. A true Muslim that practices the Quran and truly believes in it will never screw you over.
Have you had experience with that?
I know it to be a fact. And it's true. You will have a brother for life, because it's built in the philosophy and in the way that they believe. So when I do business with Muslims, and I do it with full confidence, because if they're true Muslims, I'm not talking about the ones that say they are, but they're not. By
name and all that, yeah.
But the ones that are true believers, they won't screw you over. And I've had this firsthand experience, and that's why I trust them.